Okay, so you're in an interview and the interviewer suddenly asks you this.
So I saw on your social media that you got married recently, so congratulations. Are you planning on having any kids soon?
Or perhaps this.
Hey, are you religious?
Or maybe even one of these.
Hey, you look quite old. What year are you born?
These are illegal interview questions. And unfortunately, they do come up in interviews. So candidates and interviewers, you should be aware of what these questions are, and candidates, you should practice what to do if one comes up. That's exactly what this video is about, so let's get into it. Illegal interview questions are in place to protect you from discrimination, ultimately, to stop companies from using information that isn't necessary to the role to disqualify you and stop you getting a position. I've noticed around the world there's plenty of common themes for what the characteristics are around these questions, but you will also find that in your country and even by states within that country, for example the USA, there are variations. For example, some countries and states it's illegal to ask what your current salary or compensation is, whereas others aren't. In the UK, we have different types of discrimination which are based on what we call protected characteristics. Now, I'll give you some examples of those. It's against the law to discriminate against anyone because of age, gender reassignment, being married or in a civil partnership, being pregnant or on maternity leave, disability, race, including colour, nationality, ethnic or national origin, religion or belief, sex and sexual orientation. Take the topic age. It might be a legal requirement at your company that you can only hire people over the age of 18. So that's quite a simple one to ask. Are you over the age of 18? Yes or no? That's all you need. However, it's a legal question in an interview to ask, what is your age or when were you born? You might be hiring for a position in your company that requires overtime and travel at short notice. It may lead a bad interviewer to ask questions like, do you have any children or plan on having any children soon? Or what are your childcare arrangements? Legal questions could be, are you available to work overtime on occasion? Are you happy to travel at short notice? Keep the questions focused on the job itself and the requirements, and all of that personal life circumstance has nothing to do with the role, and the interviewer doesn't need that information. So you're asked one of these questions, what do you do? I have a few different solutions and they are varying on directness. You might feel a little uncomfortable to just straight up call out, hey, that's an illegal question. That could change the mood of the conversation for sure, as much as it is a right thing to do. So my first solution would be perhaps you're able to steer the conversation away, redirect another question back and just try and sidestep and avoid it. I think the best thing to do is just to politely ask, why is this question relevant, or why are you asking this question? For someone who, they might just conversationally let slip that question and just being overly personal, or it might put a bad interviewer, remind them, put them back in the spot and cause them to apologise. You can also refuse to answer the question. You can just say, I don't feel comfortable answering that question, or I don't want to answer that question. To be honest, that should be totally fine. And lastly, if you're confident, just call out, that's an illegal interview question. I think we should move on. You can also, after the interview, flag that to whoever helped schedule it. Hopefully they'll get back to HR. Let's assume this person hasn't been trained on interview best practice, and they will get that training and avoid it in the future. That's feedback that the company are really going to want to know. I hope you found that video useful. Do let me know in the comments, share your stories. Has this happened to you and what were your solutions? And it would be great if you could share this video with others too, just so they're prepared in case this ever happens to them in an interview scenario. All right, thanks very much. Bye.